My entire life had, from your daily task, had become so unmanageable. I became a morning drinker. It became such a physical addiction on top of the mental addiction that I started, as soon as I got up to escape this world I had created, I just had to escape it. And that was a temporary form of, I guess, escape or pleasure, or the only way I could find what I thought was peace. And I was really just creating one of the worst outcomes possible. When I realized there was a real issue at hand, I was trying to, I said, okay, I gotta go to a rehab. I wasn't going for the right reason. I was going to try to get everybody to change what they thought of me. I wasn't there to work on myself, so I went to a 30-day facility, and I got out, and the world was still a problem for me because I made no changes, and I didn't have any spiritual awakening. I lasted like 2 or 3 days of trying to pretend like I was a changed man. And so for a whole nother year, I went into complete depths of my addiction where I became a morning drinker. If I woke up, it was time, and I worked from home, and nobody really knew about it. They knew there were some issues there, so I was separated, and I didn't get to see my kids, and I just lived in alcohol and drugs for a whole year. If I was awake, I was drinking, and I just lost the rest of everything, the financial end, everything just fell apart. Job, so I had nowhere to go, nowhere to live. And I thought, let me go check into this men's facility here. I go, in a 6-month period, I went through 6 facilities, and I picked up a bottle 6 times, and I could not stop. The day I got out of each one, and it was rough. I mean, I would go 60 days sober and get out and pick up immediately and be right back to the same state of mind I was in with withdrawals and morning drinking and everything. And just never, I couldn't set it down this time. It actually got worse. I thought I had everything figured out, and I got out of this last facility, and I just knew it was going to work. I was going to do everything I learned, and I still was fooling myself. I was still selfish. I was going to do everything they taught me, except for this one thing, and that was go live here and humble myself, create a new beginning. Again, hours, and then right back to the same thing. And I went on the worst 7-day bender I'd ever been on, and landed in what I say now, and I know now, is the last facility. I went through a very, very bad withdrawal detox, and I read Acceptance Was the Key in the big book, which is the AA book. And then that last night before I got out of there, I thought I was going down to my parents, and that wasn't the case. My mom said, no more, you're on your own. And I remember that night, I cried, I got mad, I got angry, and I decided I was going to change my life. I went to sleep. I slept with perfect peace. I got up that morning, walked out. I didn't have anywhere to go. I was homeless. I didn't have any money. I had no clue what I was going to do, but I was at peace. My mom got on the phone and said, honey, I'm sorry, but I wish you luck. I really wish you would go somewhere for a year. And I told her, I'll never forget, and I told her, I said, I'd rather die. I said, but listen, don't be worried, because I know that sounds scary. Something is different this time. I know it's over. I know I'm not going to drink anymore, and God saved me for a reason, and it's like He wants me to change the world. And she said, okay, honey. She said, okay, well, I'm rooting for you. But she did. She believed in me. She said, I believe you. And I said, I don't know what it, like I said, I don't know what it is, but I'll figure it out. And I just went into the world homeless, and I didn't stay homeless very long. Somebody offered for me to live that day, thank goodness. But, pieced my life back together, piece by piece, since then. Everything's changed since I made the choice to make a change in my life, and Jesus showed up, and He actually took every desire I had away from drugs and alcohol. And then I've spent the last 3 years, in church and making the right choices. And, I stayed in that Bible, and I started learning more and more, especially during the coronavirus. And I just seek Jesus, the kingdom, what he talked about, and watch God get me through everything. I've got great people surrounding me. I got a great church, and now, I know God wants me to help others. I teach classes. I go places and speak and tell them what all God's done for me. And God wakes me up every morning. I don't set an alarm clock. He wakes me up between 3 and 4 o'clock every morning, and has for the last year or so probably. And I spend a couple hours with him in his word. I drink coffee. I wrote down a goal list about a year ago, 250 goals, and I read them every morning. It takes me 12, 13 minutes. Then I go to the gym and I listen to sermons or music, and I work out and try to be healthy, try to keep a healthy mind, clear conscience, so I can do whatever he wants me to do, say whatever he wants me to say, go wherever he wants me to go. I found out I have twin boys, and I found out while I was in that first facility that they were on the autistic spectrum. And I didn't know much about autism. It upset me because just like anything, you won't, even when you're not doing right, you wish the best for your kids. So I didn't show it. I spent a whole nother year away from them, just battling an addiction. And when I got sober, God restored that relationship with them. They were young. They're 5 now. They were between 2 and 3 when I got sober. And man, I have watched them. Their mother does a great job. She moved, and they go to school down in Port St. Joe. And I have watched them grow. I met this guy who became my spiritual leader. His name was Gary. I asked him, I said, how do I learn to be a good father? How do I be a good father? And he said, just love them. So that's all I've been able to do. I had to love them from a distance when they moved, and pray for them. But that's loving them. I had to learn to love myself. That's when I allowed God's love in. And now I can give them something I truly have. And I'm watching my children heal. My children are perfect. There's nothing wrong with them. But I'm watching them be blessed and be happy. And I'm watching things just manifest in their life. The speech, the behavior changes. The love, you can see it reflecting back. That's how AutiLove came up. About a year ago, I just thought of the name AutiLove and came up with a couple little ideas, and I let it sit. I kept on really just learning, studying the Bible and teaching and God's law and everything in the New Testament, it seems like, and just being a father and just loving them, and I'm watching them heal. And then a couple months ago, he just drops it in my heart, and he starts giving me all these ideas for AutiLove and a clothing line. And then I think back, and I have a goal on that goal list. It's probably halfway through it, that says, create a clothing company, and the very next goal up under it is donate to autism. That's what we did. And I also decided to donate to the other areas in my life, the people that were there to help me. So the Anchorage, donate to autism, to donate to ministry, the 3 areas in my life that is my life. So, God, family, work. And I couldn't do any of it without him changing me. And he put it in my heart to give back. And I got to thinking about, that changed the world that he said when I walked out 3 years ago. And how do you change the world? One person at a time, putting the pieces together in love. Say it again. AutiLove?
I would.